where we're diving deep into a fascinating discovery that has taken the coin collecting world by storm. We're talking about the 1999 D Mint Mark New Jersey $quarter coin. This coin isn't just any quarter, it's one of the rarest, most valuable coins out there today, worth an incredible $1.50 million. So, how did a regular coin from 1999 become such a big deal? Let's take a closer look at its history, its significance, and why it holds such immense value in the market. First, let's set the stage by talking about the State Quarter series. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began releasing a series of quarters to honor each of the 50 states. These state-themed quarters were a huge hit with collectors and the general public alike. The New Jersey quarter was one of the first to be released, and it quickly became one of the most iconic designs from the series. The coin features a depiction of George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a pivotal moment in American history during the Revolutionary War. The reverse side shows a beautiful image of New Jersey's state outline, with a banner that reads, "Crossroads of the Revolution." The quarter was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked with either the P or D mint mark, respectively. But, as it turns out, there's something special about the 1999 D Mint Mark New Jersey quarter, making it incredibly rare and worth a fortune. Before we go deeper, let's talk a bit about what gives a coin value in the first place. When it comes to rare coins, factors such as scarcity, historical significance, era minting, and condition all play key roles in determining its worth. And when we talk about the 1999 D New Jersey quarter, it's all about a rare and specific era that sets it apart from the rest. In 1999, the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of state quarters, and in the process, some quarters left the mint with a significant mistake. A very small percentage of these 1999 D New Jersey quarters were struck with an extremely rare error that caused the image on the reverse side of the coin to be misaligned. This is called a double die error. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times, causing the image to appear more than once on the coin, making the design blurry and doubled. In the case of the 1999 D New Jersey quarter, the misalignment was so precise and noticeable that it created a doubled image of the state outline, as well as the text. This makes these coins incredibly rare, and there are only a few known examples of them in circulation today. But why does this error matter? Well, a double die error is a big deal for collectors because it's extremely rare and hard to find. Most coins minted with such an error are either melted down or lost over time. So, when one of these rare coins does surface, collectors are eager to grab it, which drives the price up. In fact, a 1999 D New Jersey quarter with this error can fetch up to $1.5 million at auction, depending on its condition and the rarity of the error. You might be wondering, how can you spot one of these rare 1999 D quarters? Well, the key feature you're looking for is the misalignment in the reverse design. The image of New Jersey's state outline will appear doubled, and you may also notice the text on the coin such as "Crossroads of the Revolution" appearing blurry and doubled as well. It's important to note that the error is subtle and not always easy to spot with the naked eye. That's why it's critical to examine the coin carefully and even consider using a magnifying glass or loupe to get a closer look. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Like with any collectible item, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A coin in mint condition, meaning it shows little to no wear and has retained its original shine and detail, will be worth much more than a coin that has been heavily circulated and worn down. Coins that are graded as mint state or proof are especially sought after by collectors. The higher the grade, the higher the value. For a 1999 D New Jersey quarter with a double die error to be worth the highest price, it needs to be in excellent condition. Some of these coins have sold for upwards of $1.5 million at auction, but that's only if the coin is nearly perfect. For coins in lesser condition, the value can still be high, but nowhere near the $1.5 million mark. So, if you happen to find a 1999 D New Jersey quarter in your change, it's worth taking a closer look. Even if you don't see a double die error, the coin is still a part of a historic series, and as time goes on, the value of state quarters tends to rise. However, if you do find one with the error, you could be holding on to a literal fortune. The market for rare coins, especially error coins like this, has exploded in recent years, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for these unique pieces of history. And as more people become aware of the 1999 D New Jersey quarter and its value, it's likely that prices will continue to rise. So, if you've got one of these rare coins tucked away in your collection, now might be the perfect time to have it appraised. In conclusion, the 1999 D Mint Mark New Jersey quarter with the double die error is a rare and valuable coin, with some examples fetching as much as $1.5 million on the market. It's a fascinating piece of American history, and it highlights how the world of coin collecting can offer extraordinary opportunities for those who are lucky enough to find these hidden treasures. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin collecting tips and information. And as always, if you have any questions or want to share your own coin finds, leave us a comment below. We're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American history, the 2000p Virginia quarter. This particular quarter is not only part of the famous 50-state quarter series, but has gained attention for its rarity and incredible value, with some of these coins fetching astonishing prices, even as high as $1.70 million. Let's take a step back and first talk about the background of the 2000p Virginia quarter. This coin was released as part of the 50-state quarters program, a series that honored each of the 50 U.S. states by featuring a unique design on the reverse side of the quarter. The Virginia quarter specifically was released in 2000, and its design features a detailed representation of the famous Jamestown settlement, which was established in 1607, along with the state's motto, Sic Semper Tyrannis, which translates to, "Thus always to tyrants." The quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and the P mint mark stands for Philadelphia. As with most of the quarters in this series, millions were struck, but not all of them are of equal value. Some 2000p Virginia quarters are worth far more than face value, and today we'll break down exactly why that is, and how you can determine if your coin might be one of the rare and valuable ones. So, how did the Virginia quarter become worth so much? It all started with a rare error that occurred during the minting process. In some cases, a small number of these quarters were mistakenly struck with a unique and highly sought-after feature, a double die error. This is a type of minting mistake that happens when the coin is struck multiple times with a die, causing the image and text to appear doubled or even tripled. This error creates a coin with a slightly distorted or even overlapping design, which is what makes these Virginia quarters so highly collectible. Now, you may be wondering, how rare is this error? Well, the double die error on the 2000p Virginia quarter is extremely rare. Only a small number of these coins were ever released into circulation, and they were largely unnoticed by the general public for many years. However, in the early 2000s, coin collectors began to notice the distinctive characteristics of these error coins and started to set their sights on them. As the years went by, more and more collectors sought out these error coins, leading to a rise in their value. A properly graded 2000p Virginia quarter with the double die error can fetch up to $1.7 million, depending on its condition and rarity. But how can you tell if your quarter is one of these valuable coins? The most important step is to examine the coin closely. The double die error is usually noticeable in the lettering and details of the coin. Look for doubling or a blurry, doubled image in the text of the Virginia quarter. The most noticeable area is usually in the word Virginia and the motto, Sic Semper Tyrannis. If you spot these signs of doubling, your coin could be worth significantly more than the face value. Next, let's talk about how to get your coin graded. Coin grading is essential to determining the value of your quarter. The higher the grade, the more it can potentially sell for. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the fewer imperfections the coin has, which means a higher market value. A 2000p Virginia quarter in good condition could fetch several $100s, but a coin with a double die error in perfect condition could be worth millions. As we mentioned earlier, if you think you have a 2000p Virginia quarter with a double die error, the next step is to have it professionally graded by an expert grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). These organizations can assess the authenticity and condition of your coin and provide you with a certification that can help when it comes time to sell. Once your coin is graded, you can explore different selling options. Many collectors or dealers will be interested in purchasing rare coins, especially one as valuable as a 2000p Virginia quarter with a double die error. Some of these quarters have even been sold at major auction houses for millions of dollars, and as the demand for rare coins continues to rise, the value of these error coins could increase even further. But let's be clear, finding a 2000p Virginia quarter with a double die error is not an everyday occurrence. Most of the quarters in circulation do not have this error, and even those that do are not always in excellent condition. That's why these error coins are so valuable. The rarity, combined with the unique characteristics of the double die error, make these quarters some of the most coveted in the world of coin collecting. Now that we've discussed the rarity and value of these coins, let's take a look at the broader picture. The 2000p Virginia quarter is just one example of how a small minting mistake can create a coin worth much more than its face value. While this particular quarter is one of the most valuable error coins from the 50-state quarters series, there are other valuable coins to look out for as well, including other state quarters with similar minting mistakes. Whether it's a double die, a misstrike, or another type of error, collectors are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins like these. If you're a coin collector, this is an exciting time to be in the hobby. The world of rare coins is full of opportunities to discover hidden gems that could be worth a fortune. Whether you're just starting out or you've been collecting for years, the 2000p Virginia quarter with a double die error is a perfect example of how paying attention to detail can lead to great rewards. In summary, the 2000p Virginia quarter with a double die error is a rare and highly valuable coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. With some of these quarters worth as much as $1.7 million, it's clear that a small minting mistake can make a huge difference in a coin's value. So, if you have one of these quarters in your possession, be sure to examine it closely, get it graded, and explore your options for selling it. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 2000p Virginia quarter. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more fascinating coin stories and tips. Who knows? If you're into coin collecting or just curious about rare coins, you're in for a treat. We're diving into a truly special topic, the 1995 D Mint Mark Washington $2 coin. It may seem like just another coin, but there's much more to it than meets the eye, and it has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. The Washington $2 coin is a staple of American currency, first introduced in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. But while most of these quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, a 1995 D Washington quarter has made a name for itself due to a rare minting error that has skyrocketed its value. The 1995 D Washington quarter was produced by the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D mint mark. Normally, these quarters are not worth more than their face value or a few dollars in excellent condition, but in the case of this particular year, some rare specimens have been discovered to be worth an astonishing $1.8 million. Now, you might be asking, how could a 1995 quarter be worth so much? Well, the value comes from a unique error that happened during the coin's production. A small number of these coins were struck with an overpolished die. When the die that was used to imprint the design on the coin was overpolished, it caused a flaw in the coin's features, particularly affecting the lettering and the details of Washington's portrait. This defect is extremely rare and makes the coin stand out among others. It's important to note that only a few of these 1995 D quarters with a die error have been found. The value comes from the rarity of the mistake, and as more collectors and investors recognize this coin's worth, the price continues to rise. Some of these coins have been auctioned off for millions of dollars. But how can you tell if you have one of these coins? First, the coin will need to be in excellent condition. A coin with a minting error and in good condition can fetch much higher prices than a worn or damaged example. Secondly, the flaw from the overpolished die is subtle, but it's noticeable if you know what to look for. The key features to examine are the Washington's portrait, the lettering, and the area around the mint mark. The die polish error typically leads to a weakened or blurry appearance on these features. It's also important to keep in mind that not all 1995 D quarters are worth this much. In fact, the vast majority of them are just regular coins and are only worth their face value, or maybe a little more depending on their condition. The value comes down to whether or not your coin has that rare die error and how well it's been preserved. So, if you have a 1995 D mint mark Washington quarter dollar, it's worth taking a close look at it. You might have a hidden gem on your hands. If you're not sure, it might be worth getting your coin professionally appraised by a certified numismatist or sending it to a grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These services can help authenticate the coin and give you an accurate valuation. Remember, coin collecting is not just about rare finds like these. It's also about enjoying the history behind each coin, learning about the intricate details, and sharing that passion with others. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story to tell, and who knows? You might just have a valuable piece of history in your collection. As we wrap up, it's clear that the 1995 D Washington quarter dollar coin is a true rarity in the world of numismatics. With a potential value of up to $1.8 million, it's a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected items can hold incredible value. If you happen to own one of these rare quarters, you might want to consider holding onto it or getting it appraised before the market for these coins continues to grow. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the world of rare coins and collectibles. Who knows what other treasures might be hiding in your pocket chain? We're diving into a fascinating topic for coin collectors and enthusiasts alike: the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Believe it or not, these coins are making headlines, and some of them are worth up to $1.9 million. That's right. A quarter from the 2021 series could potentially have an astronomical value. But why? Let's break it down. The Washington quarter dollar has been in circulation for nearly a century, first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. Over the years, this coin has gone through numerous designs. But what makes the 2021 edition so special? Well, a rare error on the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. Now, let's first talk about the standard Washington quarter. Normally, a 2021 quarter with a P Mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, would be worth just 25 cents. But as with all valuable coins, What makes a piece stand out is its rarity, condition, and any unique features. What makes these 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarters so valuable are the extremely rare mistakes that occurred during production. One such error involved the double die variety, where the design on the coin appears doubled, giving it a distinct look. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or not perfectly centered, causing an overlap in the design. For those who aren't familiar with how this works, it means the image of Washington or the lettering on the coin appears to have a noticeable doubling effect, making it stand out as a true collector's gem. The double die quarters from 2021 with a P Mint mark can be worth significantly more than their face value, sometimes even reaching hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars in certain cases. A few examples of these coins have sold for astronomical amounts in auctions due to their rarity and condition. In addition to the double die errors, another factor contributing to the high value of these coins is their condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect specimen. The closer a coin is to this perfect grade, the more valuable it is. So, even if a 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter isn't an error coin, if it's in pristine condition, it could still fetch a significant price in the market. Coins that are still in mint condition, with no signs of wear or damage, are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about some real-life sales that have made headlines. In recent years, several 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarters have been sold for impressive sums. In particular, one auction saw a coin with a rare double die error sell for a whopping $1.9 million. This sale took the coin world by storm, as it's not every day that a coin worth only 25 cents ends up being worth nearly $2 million. So what can we learn from this? Always pay attention to the details when it comes to coin collecting, as an error or unique feature can turn an ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. It's also important to note that not all 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarters are worth millions of dollars. In fact, most of these quarters are worth little more than their face value. The rare coins that command such high prices are those that have a specific error or are in extraordinary condition. So, it's essential to examine your quarters carefully and consider getting them professionally graded to determine their true value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these valuable quarters in your pocket change or in your coin collection, be sure to hold on to it. The world of coin collecting is unpredictable, and you never know when you might stumble upon the next big find. But how can you tell if your 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter is one of these rare, high-value coins? Well, the best way is to carefully examine the coin for any signs of error or unique features. Look for any doubling in the design, especially around the words or the image of Washington. If you think you've found an error coin, it's a good idea to consult a professional coin grader who can assess the value and authenticity of your coin. So, what should you do if you find a rare 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter? First, you'll want to make sure it's genuine. You can take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service to have it authenticated. Once you're sure it's real and valuable, you can choose to hold on to it as part of your collection, or if you're looking to cash in, you can try selling it at auction or to a private collector. Remember, coin collecting can be an incredibly rewarding hobby, but it requires patience, knowledge, and a keen eye for detail. It's not just about finding rare coins. It's about learning the history behind each one and appreciating the craftsmanship that goes into every piece of currency. So, whether you're just starting out or are a seasoned collector, keep an eye out for the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. It might just be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. In conclusion, the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar has certainly captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. With the potential to be worth up to $1.9 million, it's proof that even coins that seem ordinary at first glance can hold immense value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare quarters, don't let it slip through your fingers. With a little knowledge, a lot of patience, and the right opportunity, you could find yourself holding a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more exciting coin news and tips. We're diving deep into the world of rare coins, specifically focusing on the 1989 P. Washington quarter dollar. You might be wondering, what makes this coin so valuable, especially when it's often found in circulation for just 25 cents? Well, today we'll explore why one such coin can fetch up to $1.3 million in the market. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at the 1989 P. Washington quarter dollar. At face value, this coin is worth exactly 25 cents. It was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the PE mint mark. For most of us, when we come across a 1989 quarter, we think little of it. It's a typical coin, not much different from other quarters made in that time. But here's where things get interesting. You see, the vast majority of 1989 quarters are common, and their value remains low. So why would one of these coins be worth so much? The answer lies in a rare error that happened during the minting process. Some of these 1989 P quarters were struck with a critical mistake, which makes them incredibly valuable to collectors and investors. The key error is known as a double die, or DDO, error, where the coin was struck twice, leaving a noticeable doubling of the numbers and letters on the coin's design. But why does this matter? Well, a double die error is a rare occurrence in coin production, and when it happens, the result is an extremely valuable piece of history. Collectors pay top dollar for such errors because they are unique and represent a mistake from the minting process. In fact, only a handful of these double die 1989 P. Washington quarters exist, which makes them so sought after. Now, let's talk about the specific value of these coins. If you come across a 1989 P. Washington quarter with a noticeable double die error, especially on the obverse, or front side, of the coin, it could be worth much more than just 25 cents. In fact, one of these rare coins recently sold for a staggering $1.3 million at auction. That's right, a quarter worth only a quarter could potentially be worth millions of dollars if it contains the rare double die error. The 1989 P double die quarters are often sold through specialized coin dealers, auction houses, or private sales, where collectors are willing to pay significant sums for a coin with this unique error. But what makes these particular quarters so valuable in the first place? It's a combination of rarity, historical interest, and the fact that they are tied to a real mistake made during the minting process. A coin with a story like that carries a certain intrigue, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own one. Let's take a closer look at how to identify a double die error on a 1989 P. Washington quarter. The first thing you'll want to do is carefully examine the obverse, especially around the date and the word Liberty. If you notice any doubling or a second, faint impression of these features, you may have found a rare coin. The doubling effect can often be seen as a shadow-like double image next to the original design. This error can also appear around other areas of the coin, like the lettering and the profile of George Washington himself. The most important thing to keep in mind is that not every 1989 P. Washington quarter is worth millions. Only those with this specific error are the ones that have the potential to command such high prices. So, if you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. It's important to remember that the condition of the coin also plays a role in its value. Coins that are in pristine condition, often referred to as MS or mint state coins, are worth significantly more than those with visible wear and tear. Coins that have been well preserved are much more desirable to collectors, which is why certain 1989 P quarters, even with the double die error, can be valued anywhere from several $100s to over $1 million, depending on their condition. If you think you've found one of these valuable coins, the next step is to get it properly appraised. Many coin dealers and auction houses have experts who specialize in rare coin identification and valuation. It's always best to have a professional assess your coin before trying to sell it, especially if it could be worth a substantial amount. So, now that we know what makes the 1989 P. Washington quarter worth up to $1.3 million, how can you protect and preserve your collection? Proper storage is crucial to maintaining the value of your rare coins. Always store your valuable coins in a cool, dry environment, and consider investing in protective cases or holders that will prevent damage from handling. If you plan to store them for an extended period of time, make sure they're kept in a safe, secure location to prevent theft or loss. While the 1989 P. Washington quarter with a double die error is certainly the standout coin we're discussing today, it's also a reminder of the broader world of rare coins. Collecting rare and valuable coins is a hobby that many people enjoy, and with enough knowledge and a bit of luck, you too could find yourself with a coin worth more than its face value. In conclusion, if you ever come across a 1989 P. Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. If you spot any signs of the double die error, you could be holding a coin worth millions. While most 1989 quarters won't bring you such a windfall, the few that do are a perfect example of how rare errors in minting can create incredible value. So, keep an eye out, and who knows, you might just discover a piece of American history worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you have any rare coins in your collection or have stumbled upon something interesting, feel free to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear about your discoveries. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in the world of numismatics, the 1983 P. Mint Mark Washington quarter. What makes this coin so special? And why is it worth as much as $1.7 million? You're about to find out. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design has remained largely unchanged, with the obverse featuring a profile of George Washington and the reverse depicting an eagle. However, it's the 1983 P. Washington quarter that's captured the attention of collectors and investors, and for a very good reason. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced over 600 million Washington quarters, but it was discovered later that a very small number of these coins had a unique feature, a rare error in the production process. The key error involves what's known as a double die, where the coin was struck twice with slightly misaligned dies, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the coin's features, particularly the lettering and elements of the design. This error was incredibly rare, and it's this rare variety that is responsible for the quarter's enormous value. So, why is this coin worth $1.7 million? The key lies in the scarcity of the double die 1983 P. Washington quarter. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and they've become a holy grail for collectors. Imagine a rare piece of history, one that was unintentionally created by a minting mistake, yet now carries immense value due to its rarity and the error's historical significance. Let's talk numbers. It's estimated that fewer than 10 of these double die 1983 P. Washington quarters have been found, making them extremely scarce. The rarity and demand for such a coin in perfect condition are what drive its price sky high. The one that sold for $1.7 million was graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, at a perfect MS67, meaning it was virtually flawless. Coins like this are extremely hard to come by, and when they do appear on the market, they can attract huge amounts of attention from investors and collectors alike. You might be wondering, how can you spot this rare 1983 P quarter in your collection or pocket change? It's all about the double die. When you look at the coin under magnification, the doubling is often visible on the word Liberty, the date, and the motto, "In God We Trust." The doubling effect can also appear on parts of Washington's hair and the eagle's wing. However, it's not always easy to identify, and that's why experts like numismatists are often called in to verify the authenticity of these coins. If you think you might have one of these rare 1983p quarters, it's important to have it professionally graded. A coin that hasn't been graded or authenticated can be worth far less than its actual market value. It's worth taking the time to get it examined by a trusted coin dealer or grading service to ensure it's the real deal. Now, let's talk a bit about the history behind the error. The 1983p double-die Washington quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which has a long and storied history in coin production. At the time, the Mint was working hard to meet the demand for coins, and it's believed that the error occurred during the die preparation process. The doubling on the coin was caused by the misalignment of the dies, which happens when the coin is struck more than once with the dies slightly shifted. It's this very accident that turned the 1983p Washington quarter from a typical circulation coin into one of the most valuable coins in American history. The error was so rare that even today, when you find one, it's an extraordinary discovery. To put the value of the 1983p double-die Washington quarter into perspective, consider this. In the world of numismatics, coins with errors and varieties can be worth far more than regular coins of the same denomination, especially if they are unique or exceptionally rare. In the case of the 1983p Washington quarter, we're talking about a coin that's not only rare, but also highly coveted by collectors, meaning its value can reach extraordinary levels. But how did this coin end up selling for $1.7 million? As with any rare collectible, the value is driven by a combination of factors: rarity, demand, and the condition of the coin. The specific coin that sold for $1.7 million was in immaculate condition, a perfect MS-67 grade, which is essentially flawless. In numismatics, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Coins in higher grades are much rarer and more valuable, and that's what makes a coin like this so special. The market for rare coins is incredibly dynamic, with new discoveries and auction sales constantly pushing the values higher. In recent years, the 1983p Washington quarter has become a favorite among high-end collectors and investors, further driving up its price. Coins with this level of rarity often make headlines when they are sold, and the 1983p is no exception. If you're just starting to collect coins, or you've been collecting for years, the 1983p Washington quarter is a great example of how a simple minting error can change the course of a coin's history. It shows how a seemingly ordinary coin can become an extraordinary investment. With the potential to be worth millions, it's a reminder that sometimes what seems like a flaw can be a hidden treasure. In conclusion, the 1983p Washington quarter with the double die is one of the most valuable coins in the world today, with some examples fetching as much as $1.7 million. Its rarity, historical significance, and unique error make it a prized possession for collectors and investors. If you ever come across one of these coins, make sure to get it professionally authenticated and graded. Who knows? You might be holding onto a rare piece of American history worth millions. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below telling us what rare coins you've discovered in your collection.